Hello, welcome to my sewing room and welcome to Friday Sews. My name is Christine and this is my channel, Christine Sews a Lot, where I talk about all things sewing. Today on Friday Sews, I'm going to talk about what has been inspiring me, some patterns that I have bought, what I've been sewing, and a little bit of an update on life. And I have some notes to help me remember what I wanted to talk about. I'm going to start out with my segment that I like to call A Moment of Voyeurism, where I talk about who's been inspiring me. I have been watching Wandering Bobbin's Vlogtober, and she recently posted her Nico top that she sewed. It's in a beautiful mustardy gold color, and that really inspired me to sew the Nico top. So I've ordered that pattern, and while I was on the True Bias website, I bought another pattern. I bought the Roscoe blouse and dress from True Bias. And I don't know about you, but for me, if there were a reality show called Temptation Island that I was featured in, it would be me on the internet on a pattern site or a fabric site. It can be so tempting. Let me know in the comments below if you go to buy one thing from a pattern website and you come away with two. That doesn't always happen, but it is so tempting. Especially if you see something, you like it, and you check it out on Instagram and you see what other sewing vloggers have sewn. It makes it so easy to add it to the cart. I also saw Kristen from the Dahlia Society in her August makes. She reviewed the Romy dress and blouse from Sew House 7. It is beautiful, and I'll insert a picture here. I just loved the aesthetic of it, and I thought that would be a really easy dress to wear. And I do prefer to wear dresses. And in the winter time, if it is ever turns winter here, I am like a 6-year-old. I'm all about the boots and tights. So that is another pattern I bought. And the final pattern I bought is one that I talked about last week. So I did have 100% intentions of buying the Anthea blouse from the Anna Allen Designs pattern company. I had seen Sarah Sewed had sewn up the Anthea blouse, and Liz from the Baker Her Sews had also, well, she's sewn several versions of that blouse, and the sleeves are just gorgeous. So you may see this big box over here. That is waiting for me to rough cut out the patterns and put them in envelopes, which, as y'all know if you follow me, is not one of my favorite tasks, but I am determined to not let it get out of hand again. So I have the pattern rolls ready to be cut out. These are the envelopes that I have been using for storing the patterns. I'll cut them out roughly, fold them, and put them in these envelopes. And it's been working well from a size standpoint. I like that the envelope opens from the side, which makes it easy to get those large pattern pieces in and out. But it's not as sturdy as they would lead me to believe in the reviews when I purchased these on Amazon. So help me out here. If you have a similar size envelope, it's either 9 by 12 or 9 by 13. I think it's a great size. It's not too big, not too small, kind of the perfect size, but I'm looking for something a little sturdier. If you have a source for what you've used for this, if you could let me know in the comments below. I have 5 envelopes left, and coincidentally, I have 5 patterns to rough cut out, so I'm going to need to find something else. I don't want to reorder these because I would like something a little sturdier that doesn't cost the earth. So what have I been sewing? I have mostly been doing, I'll term charity sewing. I have not sewn anything that I planned to sew, other than I did plan to do some of this charity sewing. I've been sewing some items for our church's Christmas bazaar, and while I was at it, I was filming some tutorials on how to sew these items. So the most recent upload is the bowl cover, and I've been making these for probably about 10 years. I've given them as gifts, and I use them in my own home. I line it with nylon, and you can use anything that's wipeable. And I like them because it's a way of reducing single-use plastic. Now, in my own home, if I were covering a salad or something that was going back in the refrigerator, I could just put a plate on top of it and slide it in and not use single-use plastic. But if I'm carrying it somewhere, the plate is not going to be the best option. I use one of these covers, and it's got nylon on the back, and it looks really pretty and not as much plastic waste. So I have made a bunch of those to put into the church bazaar, and I've got another item that I'm going to be sewing this week, probably today, working on a tutorial for a reusable microwave popcorn bag, and so I'll be uploading that sometime in the next couple of days, and also be sewing a bunch of those for the church bazaar. Things have been a little bit quiet around here. We did have a little taste of autumn, which we in the South call false fall. That is when the temperatures drop and you get those nice crisp mornings. It lasts about 1 or 2 days, and then bam-o, temperatures back up, and that is what we call second summer. So we'll usually have a false fall followed by a second summer for a few weeks, and then we'll truly get into some autumn temperatures. I look forward to getting out some of my more wintry makes. It brings out the inner 6-year-old in me. I love nothing better than wearing a dress, tights, and boots. I want to thank you so much for joining me, and I hope, as always, that you have a joyful week and that you find the good in all things, especially sewing.